In the quiet town of Ravensbrook, nestled amidst ancient, whispering trees, there lived a young ventriloquist named Edward. A scholar of puppets and puppetry, Edward's life took a chilling turn when he was given an old ventriloquist dummy named Chester. A well-intentioned nurse at the old-age home where Edward performed for his community service hours had found Chester amongst the belongings of a resident who had recently passed without heirs. She sure had the fellow securely tucked away, the nurse explained. "Well, Chester," Edward said, "it looks like we're going to be partners in this adventure. Let's make some magic, shall we?" As Edward practiced his routines, he felt an eerie presence surrounding Chester. His glassy eyes seemed to gleam with an unsettling intelligence, and his wooden smile bordered on sinister. One night, as the moon hung low and the wind whispered through the trees, Edward noticed something deeply upsetting. Chester was moving on his own. "This isn't possible!" Edward exclaimed. "You're just a puppet!" The movement quickly evolved into dance, and, to Edward's horror, Chester spoke. His tone had ancient malevolence. He whispered to Edward, mocking him with secrets that chilled him to the bone, for he seemed to know his entire troubled past. Terrified, Edward attempted to rid himself of Chester, but he always returned. Each time, more menacing and destructive than before. With no one believing him, Edward, determined to end the terror, delved into the ancient art of banishing dark spirits, and thought he had found a way out through a ritual he had uncovered. When his preparations were done, he chanted the words and then smashed the head of the dummy. For a moment, it seemed like the curse was lifted. Hope flickered when the room became cold. A terrifying specter shot out from the broken puppet and fled through the ceiling. Edward lost control of his limbs and he dropped to the floor. Though his face was rapidly becoming rigid, he did manage to look at himself. To his horror, he was becoming a ventriloquist dummy. Chester laughed. "It looks like you're up, Edward. Get comfortable. I am eternal." And so, dear viewers, in the sinister world of the living dummy, where ancient rituals bind cursed souls to their wooden vessels, the line between puppet and eternal prison blurs. Beware your understanding of such things, for the cure can be worse than what ails you.